Now the question remaining is, how about this triple monitor setup for sim racing, or just racing games in general, or you know, Microsoft Flight Simulator, something like that. Because there are so many videos on YouTube with people doing this with TVs, monitors, even without the bezel-free kit. People try this with curved, super ultra wide monitors, where you cannot use this because the joint is more flat, and this only works if you have the displays. This bezel-free kit only works if you have the displays at an angle. So people don't care. A lot of people have the bezels there in the face, and they don't care. They like it, and they even invest a lot of money on the share wheels and the pedals, and the share is moving and everything. So that's gonna be, of course, very, very immersive. So how good is it? And what's the problem? Okay, because we have VR headsets. So, I mean, obviously, a VR headset with 3D, you have the depth that you cannot get with a flat screen. Doesn't matter how big or immersive it is. Even if it's a dome, like you go to the Sphere in Las Vegas, it's not gonna have 3D. So VR, for obvious reasons, is going to be far superior when it comes to the ultimate experience, where you can just look around and you are inside the game, and you have the 3D, the depth. So there's no competition. So why? If these setups are more expensive than VR headsets, I mean, this VR headset is like $300, $200. Okay, of course, you can get a $2,000 VR headset, but still, this triple QD monitor setup, these are 1440p, 240 hertz QD OLEDs. They are like $700 each. These are the MSI MAG271 QPX E2. That's the 240 hertz version. So this would cost you over $2,000, and then you're gonna have to buy this bezel-free kit, which is like $100 for a piece of acrylic. That's not perfect. You're gonna have that piece of acrylic there, and then it takes a lot of space. So why would someone do that? Or with big TVs, it costs even more money. Imagine 365-inch QD OLED TVs. I mean, that's $2,000 each. Or if you get them discounted, you can get it as cheap as like $1,200 or something like that. So the price of doing something like this is just astronomically higher than doing it with displays. Yet, there are so many people who like and use that over VR. And the reason is very simple. It's comfort. Okay, VR is very uncomfortable for many people, and you cannot be just playing like hours and hours. This setup, I could be playing this all day long. QD OLED doesn't bother my eyes at all. VR does. And I was trying VR headset today, so I'm a little bit uncomfortable with my eyes. So that's the only reason, really. And if you go and you listen to all the people who tried this setup, they're gonna tell you the same thing. VR is better, it's superior, of course, but it's not as comfortable. This thing, you can be playing this all day long. If you can live with the bezels or this bezel-free kit, you're good to go. Now, for me, I could live for a while at least with this thing, piece of acrylic in the middle. But what I just cannot do is just play the games with this stretching. This is just too much, bro. Look at this wheel. It's not a wheel. It's not a rounded wheel. It becomes oval. See? So that's the biggest problem for me. I know there are some mods that you can use in certain games. And there might even be a universal program that I don't know, that I'm not aware of. I tried some programs already to change the field of view. I tried borderless gaming, widescreen, the Unreal Engine unlock thing to change the field of view. I tried modifying the executable of the game with the X file to change the super ultra wide. I tried to change the config file. There's a command that you set FOB equal resolution or something like that, that helps. So the thing is, there are many things you can do, and I'm sure there has to be some games like Assetto Corsa, for example, which is a very popular sim racing game, probably the best. I don't know about that because I'm not big into sim racing. That game, you can get it almost as good as possible when it comes to the geometry, okay? But the thing is, I'm not a person that just plays one game. I play many games at the same time, and this is not for every game. That's the thing. So this is Mafia. Look at how stretched this is. So it just looks very ugly. The games don't support this kind of crazy setups. That's my point. But now, even with the defect, even with all those things considered, when you go and you just focus on the center of the screen mainly because you're driving, that's what you're looking at. It is so immersive because really you don't care, you don't focus that much on the peripheral view. It is so immersive, man. I'm telling you, especially with a 65-inch TV setup, if you do this, I don't think it's gonna be a problem. I don't think, because the piece of acrylic in comparison with the size of the TV is gonna be, the proportion is gonna be a lot smaller. So I am definitely looking forward to trying that. But yeah, I definitely need to figure out a way to get rid of the geometry problem because the stretching is very annoying to me. It's a deal breaker. I think the stretching is more of a problem than the bezels. Because some people say, hey, just get a super ultra wide monitor, you know. It's not gonna be as wide, I mean, half. This is 48 by 9 or 16 by 3. So it's not gonna be as wide, but at least you don't have these ugly joints. But the thing is, the games are still messed up. So that's what we have to figure out. And VR, I mean, you can play Unreal Engine games on VR. There's a mod to do that. But you have to do so many things on VR to get it working, to get it comfortable, to get it adapted to you, and to modify the games. And it is so much. The thing is, my free day, I want to play some games, and I actually played some games today. I actually beat one game that I share. I did share a community post about that game. Scars Above. It's like an indie game that I like. It was not great, technically a lot of issues, but I like the story. I was playing the game and I finished it today. So today I played a lot. So I was like, no, I play mostly on my 65-inch TV, not even here, because if I have to start searching for mods and changing settings, it's time that I'm not playing. So I will get into VR and I will figure it out, and I cannot wait until that day where I have everything figured out and I can just turn on the PC and just play and enjoy, because it takes a lot, is my point. And I haven't tried VR with my 5090. So what I want to do is I want to learn how to get the best out of VR. Use all the mods to play all the games on VR and all that stuff. And then I want to try to see if I can reach out to some VR companies to get VR headsets for review. So first, I first need to figure it out. Once I know what I'm looking for and have all the settings and all the programs and all that stuff, I want to try all the VR headsets that I can. The highest end VR headsets is what I would like to try. And ultimately, I will buy the one that I like the most. Because usually, VR headsets, what I'm talking about is like more than $1,000, like a $2,000 VR headset or even $3,000. No, I don't think a company is gonna just leave it to me. Okay, that'll be awesome, but I'm gonna have to buy it. So, but before I buy it, I want to try all of them because it is very hard to find a VR headset that is perfect. It's like the comfort issue, the field of view, the distortion, the distortion of the lenses. There are just way too many issues with the clarity. It's very hard. VR is very, very, very hard to get the comfort because it doesn't matter how amazing it is. If it's uncomfortable, you cannot use it, and that's why these kind of setups are popular for people who like sim racing. And man, it is so immersive. This is so awesome. If there was no, let me tell you, if there was no geometry issues, the geometry was just perfect. It was a perfectly curved, the single display. It was 240 hertz plus, and I got caught. So basically no defects. So if I didn't have these bezels and it was perfectly curved and all of that, this would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. I would definitely want to play, GTA 6. I would play GTA 6 here. But the games are not optimized for that. So it's hard. It's hard to have that as your setup because the problem is once you get used to this, you go back to a single display and it feels small. Even my 65-inch TV cannot get even close to this level of immersion. It doesn't come close. So it is awesome, man. This is again, this is Mafia 1. It has this very, very, very fun car, racing car that moves very fast, and it's just amazing to get all the peripheral, even if it's not great, the geometry and all of that, just to get something. It's so immersive, man. I really, really like it. But of course, it works better when you get close to the camera. This super far away, I don't think it works the best. I think this is better when you feel like you're in first person. So for third person games, this might not be ideal. I think for first person games and racing or flight simulator, any of that, is gonna be great. But yeah, I don't recommend anyone to go and make the investment to get this set up because it is very, very unlikely that you're gonna be able to accept the problems. And it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Just with the 327-inch monitors, that's a lot of money. So imagine if you go with TVs or even 32. Some people have adapted 32-inch monitors. With these bezel-free kits, they do like an extension of acrylic at the top to make it work. Because this bezel-free kit was designed for 27-inch max. So to use this with 65-inch TVs, you need both of them. You need to buy two. So you're gonna have to use two for each of the joints. And again, as soon as I get my S95F, so thank you very much for all of you who have donated for the S95F. I want to get it as soon as possible. Hopefully this Black Friday. If not, we're gonna have to wait until next year because it's a lot of money. Okay. But I want to try definitely when I get the S95F. I definitely want to try the triple 65-inch QD OLED TV setup. It's gonna be amazing. So yeah, because with a bigger size, I can just focus on the middle, on the center screen, and the other two TVs are just gonna be for immersion. It's gonna be incredible. It's gonna be incredible. Now that setup, even when it is super, super expensive, I might actually recommend that. If it works well, I might actually tell you, yeah, man, go for it. Just spend the money, you get 3 and go for it. Because I think this bezel 3 kit is gonna be super small in comparison with the size of the TV. So I don't think it's gonna be a deal breaker. But yeah, the geometry needs to be fixed. With a weird geometry. Look at this guy here. It's like the entire screen is this guy, and it's just wrong. That looks very wrong. I don't care. Like, yeah, that's just a big problem. The wheels are gonna look oval. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, those are my thoughts. So today, I wanted to play with the TV, with a triple monitor setup, and with a VR headset to give you my thoughts fresh. But I mostly play on the TV because it's better than this, and the VR headset is like 3 hours of settings and not playing anything. So I'm like, no, it's my free day, I want to play. So that's why. But I will get into VR. I will get into VR and share. Another problem with VR gaming is that there's a lot of paid mods, and I don't like that. I'm never gonna share a paid mod. I don't like that. So that's one big problem with VR gaming. You have to pay for some mods, and I'm like, no, I don't like that at all. But yeah, I will get into it and share whatever I can share if it's free. Okay, so let me know your thoughts and opinions, and if you have any questions.